Alright guys, so I want to go through some insider information here about the upcoming PS5 reveal. It looks like due to what's going on right now, E3 being cancelled, a bunch of the different console and game reveals are being shifted around. Most of them will center around the same sort of early June E3 week, but it looks like specifically with the PS5, the full console reveal, it's going to be a lot earlier than anticipated. I want to go through some other PS5 leaks as well, and there's some really weird article talking about Sony accepting a loss because they might sell less than the Xbox Series X, which I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll get to that in a second as well, and some other PS5 leaks. But the first thing here is the main thing. It's about the reveal date for this console. So this is an insider here. With E3 canceled, a lot of planned reveals and announcements have been moved out of that single week. So some are now much earlier, others much later, some still during the E3 week. Now, the first proper next-gen console games showcase is much earlier as well. So that's the, PS5 and also the Xbox Series X. This is the one time I will actually add a caveat for the last sentence in this case, as we are living through an unprecedented situation, and this is one time where external factors such as what's going on right now could actually change plans right at the last minute, but we'll see. Now, Okami follows up with this tweet and clarifies what he means by this, because Okami, if you guys don't know about the Call of Duty leaks, Okami is a guy that accurately leaked a bunch of different stuff. He accurately leaked Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered, and he also accurately leaked Warzone, the reveal and the release of that new Call of Duty Battle Royale. And he just says, he responds to this, May. And that's all he says. And someone is responding to him, pretty much clarifying, what do you mean by May? COD 2020, Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, what is he talking about? And Okami clarifies, looks like a lot of stuff, but I was talking about the PS5 reveal. So Call of Duty aside, I'll talk about Call of Duty reveals in a separate video. This video is all about the PS5 reveals. This insider here from the first tweet is talking about most of the next-gen console reveals being earlier. So if we didn't have this situation right now, if we didn't have the whole quarantine thing, PS5, Xbox One Series X would have huge showcases around E3 time. Even if Sony, Sony is not attending E3 as much, but they probably would have still had some sort of PS5 reveal around June, and Xbox Series X would have been at E3, and they would have had some sort of presentation there most likely if E3 wasn't canceled this year. But it looks like that's not the case. As the insider said, a lot of the next-gen reveals have been pushed ahead, and Okami here, another leaker, is saying that May is the time to see the full PlayStation 5 reveal, not just the logo, not just the controller, but the console itself and a bunch of its main features. So that's very cool to see and very exciting. May is coming up very soon. We're already entering almost the end of April. Now, early May, middle May, late May, those are all decent differences, because if it's already late May, then the PS5 reveal would have already likely been around the beginning of June anyway, so that's not too big of a reveal difference. But if the PS5 is revealed at the beginning of May, that's very soon. So I don't know if they're going to do some sort of surprise reveal. A lot of the other things have been sort of surprise reveals. I think with this official reveal, they're probably going to announce it. They're going to say, okay, we're doing a live stream. We're going to go through the console and all of this different stuff. There's no events going on. There's nothing else really going on. So it's going to be some sort of live stream with them just showcasing the main PS5 reveal trailer and all of the different console features, the console itself, and all of that cool stuff. So looks like we're going to be seeing a lot about the PS5 very soon. So the next thing here I want to talk about is something about this article. It talks about the PS5 sales, and this is an opinion. Clearly it's an opinion. If Sony doesn't accept a loss on initial PS5 console sales, then Microsoft's Xbox Series X will wipe the floor with the PlayStation 5, which is very interesting. I don't want to pick sides here. I mean, I have a PS4. I used to have an Xbox One. I mean, both consoles are good if you're going for different things, but I think for the most part, there is a stronger fan base for the PS5, at least as of now. But this article says, with the recent news, Sony might have to restrict shipments of the PS5 in the first 2 quarters to 5 to 6 million units. There's been growing concern that demand, along with the high cost of the components and assembly, which is supposed to be around $450, will force Sony to place a high price tag on the PS5. Xbox chief Phil Spencer stated in an interview that we will not be out of position on power or price, so this is Sony's game to win or lose. Now, this information was revealed a couple of days ago, but pretty much what they're saying here is that Sony is going to determine whether they win the, console battle, whether or not they price it higher, they price it lower, because they already are expecting to have lower units available to be sold. The issue here that they're getting at is that there's going to be less consoles, and Sony is going to pretty much have to price it higher than the Xbox Series X. And what's going on is it's leading up to be that the Xbox Series X may be a slightly more powerful console and actually slightly cheaper than the PS5, which is a pretty bad situation. I think this article is pretty much saying that Sony has to accept a loss on initial PS5 console sales. I don't understand what they have to tweet out. They have to make a public statement. We have lost the console war between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. We sold less. I mean, I don't understand what is accepting a loss. Whatever happens this holiday season is going to happen. That's just the way it is. And after we get out of this situation, they're going to produce a lot more PS5s. Maybe the price will come down, and who knows, maybe they'll end up selling more PS5s in the long run. It doesn't necessarily mean that just because PS5 or Sony's having this issue right now, it doesn't mean they're screwed for the rest of the console war. PS5 has a pretty strong backing right now. Just looking at the social media, the reveal for the Xbox Series X, they had a tweet. It had a lot less likes than the tweet revealing the PS5 controller. The DualSense controller, that tweet on Sony's Twitter had, I'm pretty sure, almost double the likes than the original tweet from Microsoft or Xbox revealing the Xbox Series X back in December. So that just shows there are a lot of people really hyped for the PS5, and I think regardless of, PS5 having a slightly higher price tag and maybe slightly less units, all that means to me is that it's going to sell out fast and people are just going to be trying to buy it constantly. And unless they really screw up, as of now, I really don't see Xbox Series X doing anything that's going to really win the console war, at least as of now. PS4 has a strong backing. There's a lot of people that are going to go straight from the PS4 to the PS5, so it's going to be hard for them to really match that, but we'll see what they decide to do. Now we're going to go through what you guys see in the thumbnail. This is a concept art, a concept of the PS5. We don't know about the PS5 design yet. We have the logo revealed, we have the controller, a bunch of different things have been leaked but not officially announced, but here is something that's actually based off of the controller, and it could actually be something that we see. So the PS5 design is clearly influenced by the DualSense controller's two-tone color scheme. The DualSense's ergonomic curves in black and dark gray are reflected here as there are blue LEDs running throughout the console, just as they are on the controller. So this is a pretty good design that mimics the design of the controller. You have to think, since we have some sort of hardware officially confirmed and we could see some sort of hardware for the PS5, and that is the DualSense controller, and it has that sort of two-tone color scheme, they may go with that same sort of two-tone color scheme for the console as well. And I think it's very likely that we may see the PS5 with that same sort of white and black scheme that you see with controller. I think you could definitely see that. So although the DualSense shows off a curved, refined design, the PS5 render is a sleek, flatter module. However, there's a method here, as the Xbox Series X has gone for a tall, boxier design. The PS5 will need to differentiate itself from its Microsoft rival while still allowing space for all of the tech inside of it. So I think that's a pretty obvious thing there. The Xbox Series X is the refrigerator, and the PS5, no way they're going to mimic that. There's no way within testing they were just like, okay, let's just make this box. The PS4 was a pretty nice looking console, definitely nicer than the Xbox One, but they were both generally similar. Now, the Xbox Series X here is completely different. It's pretty much just a box. There's no way with the PS5 DualSense controller with that nice design that for the console, they're just going to go with a box. I think this is a pretty obvious thing here that they're going to go with some sort of really sleek looking cool. And I can even see this one right here. This could literally be the obviously this is a render. This is what someone made up, but this could very well be what the PS5 looks like, a clean, slick design that is clearly different to the Xbox Series X and is a lot more attractive. And when people see that and they think, okay, you know what? This console looks a lot nicer, looks a lot better, and maybe it's a bit more money, but when you look at it, you're just going to want the nicer looking thing. It may not even be more powerful, but it looks nicer, it looks appealing, looks more appealing than the Xbox Series X, and I think for some people, they're just going to be like, you know what, I'm getting this. And if you're not a fan of the PS5, or if you're not a fan of Sony, and you're just stuck between two, this might be a factor. Like, you just want a nice looking next-gen console, and if it's anything like this, it would be something that you buy. And if it's anything like the DualSense controller, that sort of design, just something we've never seen before, I think it's going to get a lot of new people. So let me know down below what you think about that. I'd be pretty fine with this being the actual console, but we'll see obviously when it's officially revealed. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below PS4 if you watched the whole video. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.